Greetings and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. It's my weekly show on Fridays where I kind of go into the emotional lives of the elemental signs of the zodiac. So I do them as quarters: the air, the fire, the water, the earth. And I do a 3-card reading with the idea of questions such as, what are those actual emotional qualities or things that are happening, coming to you? 2, why are they important at this time? And 3, where does this lead to? Then I follow off with an affirmation from the Universal Love Oracle set as a insight, prayer, affirmation, mantra to kind of get you through that or towards that, depending on the case. So let's get started. And of course, I use the exquisite Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. Art by Lucy Morningstar. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And quite modern. So let's get going with the air signs. And just in case you're new and you're wondering, who am I? What is this? Well, this is the space, TFT, Tarot for Today, and I'm the inhabitant of this realm of it. And I've been a card reader since 1972. So I've been doing most of this stuff for decades now, alone or along with my partner, the Banshee. We're both live here several times a week, and we're also expanding more. We're both coming up with new things. So check out the rest of the channel. All right, so as I said, air signs. And air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So as I said, the first question then is, what is that actual emotional quality or situation that may be coming towards you? Oh, it's the Queen of Swords. Maybe that works the best. Well, the Queen of Swords in a reading about emotions perhaps considers the idea that there's going to be some really important decisions coming up, and to you, some of the judgments may literally seem like you are kind of rending apart or separating people, situations, qualities from others. So that's a little, serious of an undertaking. Why is this important? Oh, I guess I just answered my question. It's just very serious. But, Nine of Swords, upright. Well, I guess it's important because there's some extreme anxiety or heartache situations going on now. This, for the air signs, this decision maybe has a great deal of stakeholders' importance involved in it somehow. Like there's a number of people who have some pretty big stakes here, and you're trying to end the pain or the feeling of overwhelmingness or anxiety or heartache. Where will this lead to? Dear me, it's the Lovers reversed. We have to be really careful. It could actually be that some of our decisions have great cost. And if we're not really careful, it's more than just throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It could really change the tone of relationships in a complicated situation. I sort of sense family involvements, perhaps, or um, strong circles of friends, things like that. So, as I mentioned, we're going to do an affirmation now from the Universal Love Oracle set by Tony Carmine Salerno, and it's really nice. I like it. I think everything just seems to kind of fit with where we're going with this. When I do these readings, the affirmation just seems to be what's pretty much needed when you look at what the reading was saying. So let's see, because this isn't, you know, a happy situation for the air signs, and it may be that it's only for this week ahead, but somehow I sense that those swords put a little bit more energy into the idea that this is a thing that's going to take a longer cycle to work out. All right. So the affirmation is the earth connection. Mother Earth asks you to surrender your problems. She sends love and healing. Allow yourself to receive it. Open your heart and trust in the healing power of the sacred planet. Spend time in nature. Allow yourself to be nurtured. Invite the Earth's healing vibrations to flow through you. Breathe in her color and sound and feel the rhythm of her heart. As your body, mind, and spirit are purified, imagine your problems disappearing. And it's a little airy-fairy kind of advice, but I think the point is really there is that if air signs are really having some strong emotional situations with their loved ones right now, take a moment and breathe in a little bit of patience and calm. It probably would do more to help out with a situation that seems to have heavy-duty choices involved and the stakes are high. So I do hope that the air signs seek a little solace during this time. Okay, so we're going to move on to the fire signs. And fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We're pretty much asking the same questions. So far, the air signs look like they have a bit to deal with. Emotionally, a lot of stress and stressors going on around them. But I'm focusing now on fire signs. What vibration or emotional qualities are coming to you? And it's the Six of Wands. And I love the Modern Love Tarot because it really highlights diversity. And what is coming towards you right now, fire signs, is maybe you're finally going to be noticed. You're finally going to be recognized. You're going to be seen as somebody strong and capable. And in the way of emotions, this is probably not pertaining to specific relationships, but an overall quality right now. Can I tilt that? That might work. The overall quality of people feeling you've helped them. You know, you've displayed an energy of maybe, well, look at that, somebody who just didn't give up, who did their best. Fire signs, you're going to be noticed, and this is really nice, but why is it really important? And it's the Ten of Pentacles. It's about family and community, and For some of the fire signs, I realize that maybe they're looking at things and they're saying, but I don't have a strong family connection. But you may have other connections. You may have connections with people who are pretty much your family because they've stuck by you. Whatever that is, maybe it's even coworkers or your neighborhood. It's important, this feeling of being recognized, because people do really want you in their community. People want to be supported by you, but they also probably want to support you. They want to be a part of the continuum around you that maybe is the emotional wealth that you send out, fire signs, So this is really about your own projective qualities that are finally being recognized, or that people are clicking with that. And so that's why it's important, because you're pulling together the tapestry of love and community and feeling around you. Where does this lead to? Oh, you knew there had to be something bad. It's the Ace of Cups reversed. So I think this is saying, really, in the overall picture, it's not about like, one thought that comes to me is maybe it could be saying, you forego your own deeper, personal, passionate love because of where you're trying to get and solidify with, the family connection being helpful to others. But really, I think what it's about is just saying that where it's leading to is that you do maybe have to delay or work with a lesser quality towards your personal goals in terms of emotions. So it maybe you have to work on finding time, to balance where you're going as a leader of sorts, or being recognized for what you do, and then your personal life. You have to make sure you can maintain that balance somehow. So let's go to our Universal Love Oracle. Ooh la la, Tantric Union. Well, right away, this is saying, do not forget about those other people that you have more personal sense of love. And I open right to the page. Oh my. Spiritual energy infuses all things. It is the flow of creation that spirals constantly in search of greater union. This union is made up of opposite forces that constantly split and merge with one another. Spiritual energy is therefore also sexual in nature. A spiritual sexual union exists between all things. Within humanity, this union can be experienced through the spiritual or physical planes. Your spiritual sexual energy is being aroused at this time, creating a deep desire to connect to another. If you are currently in a relationship, then expect your relationship to deepen. Tantric union is much more than the merging of two people. It is the union of opposite parts that connect to form a whole. Though this merger, the gateway to creation opens as we enter the realm of oneness. This union need not be restricted to solely the physical. Tantric union can also be a solely spiritual one, for it is above all the merging of twin souls. And that's pretty beautiful, and I like that. Of course, I'm a water sign, I'm Scorpio, so of course Tantric union does really kind of speak to me, that concept there. But for fire signs, like it says, really, don't forget about finding oneness this way, spiritual tantric union. I'm not going to pander that much. All right, so now we're moving on to the water signs, the actual water signs built for emotional current, perhaps, or discurrent. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This one is for you. I really love this deck, Modern Love Tarot by Ethany, featuring or exploring the many facets of love. So, water signs, what emotions, what qualities of that are coming to you? It's the reverse Knight of Wands. This is the coming or going maybe of somebody who is connecting to you in certain ways, but maybe there's a clumsiness about it, or maybe there's something that just doesn't seem to have magnetism. Somebody that is either trying too hard to be charming, or maybe they're trying too hard to gain access to something for some other reason. So if this is yourself, this could be saying that maybe something you feel charmed to, it's probably not really meant for you, but you seem to want to try real hard to kind of position this way. I'm not sure about that. Water signs, it kind of looks like maybe, to use the expression, you're wearing your heart on your sleeve. So some water signs, maybe, whether you're in a relationship or not, there's a sense here of maybe trying too hard, or maybe having an expectation about how your charm could be received by others, like maybe not so much. Now, why is that important? Why are you sort of uncharming? Well, water signs, maybe you're kind of like a bad bargain here. You're the devil, whether you wear Prada or not. Maybe this is important because people feel that maybe there's something more physical and less emotional, spiritual being asked for or being seen within what's going on there. So maybe people are having a hard time understanding your perceptions. And maybe, like I said here, maybe you're really trying too hard and it's not really working, and people have this idea that there's something obsessive going on, or maybe you're going to feel that way, about yourself even. I wouldn't rule that out necessarily. So where is it ultimately going to, water signs? Oh, it's back into the closet. I don't know. It's the Hierophant, but the Hierophant in this context could be saying that maybe there's a way to normalize this or put this into a conventional aspect. The idea of a more physical orientation to emotions. And boy, this certainly smacks of some of the water signs. I don't know. So I don't know if this is just overall saying water signs, you may be overly frisky in some respects, and it's going to test your nature about whether or not, you're sort of becoming obsessed with the physicality or with just bad habits or bad situations in general. Where it leads to is maybe you're going to find a way to either put this into concept, but maybe more likely what you're going to do is maybe sort of do a little bit of inward and come up with making yourself be more conventional, sort of like figuring out where that line is for you to be appearing as or like. In other words, in a Scorpio's case, it would just be saying hewing the line, but maybe, having a little bit more of a secretive idea about, you know, that frisky behavior over there. I don't know. I can only speak for Scorpio, so I shouldn't necessarily infer that that has anything to do with the other water signs. But let's do our affirmation now. Maybe this will help us make sense of what's going on here. And once again, using the Universal Love deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. It's about 20 years old, and it's very nice. It was just sitting around in a cabinet, and when I asked Banshee, you know, for something that I could use for an affirmation, because I've been moving into that area a little bit, she suggested it. So very nice. All right. Everyone needs an affirmation now and then. Healing sounds. It's pretty. Definitely looks a little tantric on itself. Healing sounds. The lady holds a crystal sphere through which she is able to access ancient healing sounds. Our ears cannot hear the sound of our spirit that contains the resonance of ancient knowledge. The guidance coming through this card is to make you aware that such ancient knowledge from the times of Atlantis and Lemuria can be accessed through your spirit with the help of crystals and sound. In many ways, our earth at present is similar to these ancient times. Accessing these healing sounds will help you understand what is going on in our world at the present time. You will also help balance the earth's energy at this important time of evolution. And I kind of like that. I mean, since the overall tone of the reading for the water signs is that maybe we're sort of dealing with a bit of, you know, curiosity or exuberance about our charm factors, our ability to charm people, or our sense of, you know, where we want to have relationships. And maybe this is saying, you know, proceed carefully, but also consider that some of this is just a vibratory awakening too, and that maybe we could also get some of this through working with crystals, meditations, sound healing kind of stuff. So it's a little bit soft there in terms of the reading, but it may be something to think about, especially people who maybe find the prospect of beginning new relationships or furthering them just a little challenging at this time, or for other reasons. I mean, we do have a variety of people in our world who look at emotionality differently. So, you know, maybe this is more the ticket. All right, so now we are going to move on to our earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And we're going to see also what's going on for them in this week. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Don't forget to watch Happy Hour tomorrow. And also don't forget to watch our special Unhappy Hour tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, April 1st. Does that mean it's an April Fool's joke? At 3 p.m. Yes, it's the Unhappy Hour. And we've had a few promos out there, so you could probably check them out on our YouTube channel or elsewhere. What exactly is the Unhappy Hour? Come and find out. All right, focusing back again on earth signs. Earth signs. What emotions or qualities or essences of emotion are coming towards you this week? And it's the King of Pentacles. Earth signs, you have a lot of control right now in terms of the emotional outlay, I guess we would call it. In terms of the matters of the heart, there's a lot of control going on. Things are pretty much as you want. And, I'm looking at the picture there, and there's a sense of fine-tuning our emotional life. The control is not just about managing things, but it's about fine-tuning. It's maybe finding value in our relationships, especially our primary ones. So why is that important, other than I just told you? Well, there may be a test coming, why it's important. It's the moon reversed. It could be that something is going to be discovered, and it's emotional. I see this person resting on the beach, sort of glowing in the moonlight there. And I'm wondering, what that's about. So maybe in terms of the first card, this emotional quality of having things be controlled or fine-tuned for best effect. It's important because maybe this gives us the opportunity to find out some hidden layers about some of this stuff and why, and that's why it's important, because there may be something that we've been missing or misunderstanding, or probably it could have been a secret for some reason or another, not necessarily your secret to yourself, but a secret about relationships. So where is it leading to? Earth signs. And it's another king, but it's the reversed King of Wands. And I have this strong sense here that it's leading to a change in the way we look at a relationship. And it could be an important relationship. It may be our primary one, or for some people, it may be a very big, important relationship, a family relationship, a brother, a cousin, a sister, parent. Maybe it's a really cared about coworker. I say that because, of course, there are wands, and wands could represent that enterprising kind of buoyant spirit. And a king of wands would be a person who could be their own sort of captain of industry. And so maybe we're finding out that our relationship with that person is different, that maybe it's changing, maybe it was actually based on some other things. I won't say deceit, but maybe a misperception of where the charm factor was going. So I think overall the reading is talking about being able to take the time to fine tune and realize, who's really with you and who may be working against you, Earth signs. It's not necessarily the best way to end a reading, to realize that it's possible your relationship with somebody's changing. You may, spend some time wondering if it was something you did or if it's something you just never noticed all along. So let's see what the affirmation gives us here. It could be helpful. I have to work on my lighting as usual. Earth signs, what is the affirmation you need for this week? What is going on that you could use some help with? Well, indeed, divine guidance. Divine guidance. There is no greater guidance than listening to your heart. If you have chosen this card today, then the message is simply to follow your heart. Have courage and know your heart will guide you safely. Listen, feel the trees sway the wind. A flower grows, a sound is heard. Listen, your heart yearns to follow rainbows. Love will show you the way. And I think that's beautiful. In the context, I think that maybe we're thinking earth signs about who really loves us. We're thinking about loyalty, commitment, harmony, and all those beautiful things. And maybe we're discovering, this may not be business. It could just be somebody that we thought we really cared about, either as primary or whatever, and that maybe that feeling is changing, that maybe we're not feeling exactly in tune with them or something. And so the affirmation is to follow your heart in this matter. I mean, it could be best to just, listen, feel those vibrations. Don't necessarily make the drastic decision at this time, but follow your heart. And that's a good affirmation for all of us. So I want to thank everybody for coming again to my outlook on emotional exchanges. It really is our joy to bring you these readings. And of course, we are soon adding some more. The message will go out soon. I'm not going to spoil anyone's thunder, but we're just increasing what we can produce. So we really appreciate the support. In addition to tomorrow's shows, there's also going to be our regular Sunday show with Banshee, The Material Matters, and it's a pre-recorded show, but we're live in the chat room. Come and join us in the chat room. Grab your morning coffee or whatever brew you drink and sit back and relax and find out what's going on economically and financially for the elemental signs of the zodiac. And a little fun too. We always have a little fun with the reading. And then later on, of course, is our live stream from 2 to 4 p.m. That's Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m., where we will answer your questions with a somewhat detailed card reading. We do the same on Thursday nights, this previous night, from 7 to 9 p.m. And of course, we'll be happy to see you. So take care. See you next week. Don't forget all of our shows. Check out the schedule on our YouTube channel. Bye now.